Hello, Guardians. It is time. Grandmaster, and if there's ever a week that I could probably tell anybody to try and do a solo Grandmaster Nightfall, it's this one. Now, also, if you have anyone else to play with doing this Nightfall specifically, very much worth your time more than probably any other. Now, the Adept weapon is probably not the one most people are going for. It's the Silicon Neuroma Sniper Rifle. But when we're talking about double Nightfall drops, and then you've got exotics. You'll usually get 2 exotic drops. Exotic, Ascendant shards, you'll probably see a couple. Prisms, I've seen like 5 or 6. And then on top of that, if you take your Ghost and throw on Prosperity, Vanguard Playlist Strikes and Nightfall Completions have a chance to drop an additional piece of legendary gear. Who knows what you're going to get? I got 2 snipers as well. Now, granted, there's no guarantee you'll get double of any of that stuff, but, if you're ever going to do it, that does seem to be the time. Now, the strike this week is also probably one of the easier ones to do as a solo. I've already done it once. And then also as a group, you can just burn through it pretty quickly because the fact that I can do it solo, it's just more of a patience thing. If you have people with you, it's just going to go faster. And then if you do have that random moment where something kills you, not a big deal. Get a res and you'll blow through it. So you've got Overload and Barrier. Not too bad to manage, actually. You do have all the shields. Now, this is what we're doing as a solo player, kind of limits your loadout options, personally. But I'll kind of show you how it works. And the big thing is the double Nightfall reward drops. It is very much worth your time to stock up on shards, prisms, exotic armor double drops, couple Silicon Neuroma sniper rifles. And if you have a team to run with this farm it 3 or 4 times, you're going to get all you need. It's also an arc burn, and this is kind of where it gets a little tricky. So, first one is to manage all the shields, the easy go-to, probably no surprise to any of you guys, is going to be Arbalest. Linear Fusion Rifle breaks all shield types, also helps me get some good damage at range. Pairing with that, my heavy weapon, also a Linear Fusion Rifle. Now, if you have Storm Chaser, this works too. I just have a pretty good Sales Spy pitch class from this season, so I figured I would use it. Rapid Hit, Vorpal, Major Spec, because we're going to use that on champion damage. Boss damage, you'll be fine there. Finally, I've got an Arsenic Bite. This is probably where it gets interesting for everyone. Now, specifically, this Arsenic Bite that I have has Explosive Head. Main reason I like this specific perk is when you hit an Overload champion with a bow like this, it hits them once, and then about a split second later, the Explosive Head pops and it hits them twice. And when you're dealing with Overload champions, it's important to hit them frequently, especially if you try and swap over and get a little damage and swap back. If you get that, double hit, the Overload proc kind of stays on them a little more easily, as opposed to if it's like a single shot. Now, if you don't have that specific weapon, which I know most of you probably don't, when it comes to arc bows, you just basically want something. Now, Point of the Stag, if you've ever been playing for a little while, Vorpal and Archer's Tempo, this is like a 20% damage bonus. This is kind of huge. And then Archer's Tempo, get that faster firing on those precision hits. Excuse me. Should be able to do what you need to do. That is probably the easiest one, because if you've ever earned this thing ever in the history of Destiny, you can pull it out, still counts. Wolftone Draw, if you've got an arc bow there as well, and then Arsenic Bite. We do not have craftable arc bows right now. As you guys can see, I did actually earn the Adept, so this is proof I actually ran the thing. So I got that by myself. And then actually ran Mindbenders last week. Shout out to Fallout, got to play with him for a sec. So, if you guys haven't subscribed to Fallout's channel, please do. Great guy, fun content, and also cool guy. Played with both of those. But for me, it's about the arc bow. And it's just the ability to do damage at range, on damn near infinite range, and have consistent overload stunning potential. It's kind of the best way to go. So this way, these are my loadouts. I've got 100 resilience and solar arc and void resistance. So this is really helping stack up my damage resistance so I don't hopefully take that one shot. Still has happened. A couple deaths have happened, but it still helps. I'm going Linear Fusion, Ammo Finder, Arc Siphon, because it is going to be a lot of arc kills, so I can get some orbs of power. I can get Shield Break Charge, so if I break shields, which you're going to do frequently with Arc, there's a lot of shields to break, you'll become charged with light just by doing that, so that's actually going to happen a lot. Here, we are going to roll with Overload Bow and Fastball. Some things are so far away. As a Titan, I'm running Arc for the Storm Grenades, of course. They're just potent right now, so you may as well use them. So it lets you throw them farther, and then sometimes I'll overthrow them, still getting used to this. And then Elemental Armaments, combat weapon, final blows with a damage type that matches your subclass, have a chance to spawn an Elemental Well, so I'll take that. Then here, as I said, all the damage resistance, and then elemental charge. So become charged with light by picking up an elemental well. And then taking charge, pick up something. And the reason I got taking charge is mostly for high energy fire. So more often than not, if I'm charged with light, I'm doing bonus damage with this thing. Just helps me do bonus damage. Most of this is a patience game, so I'll just take the bonus damage where I can get. Also for grenades, by using my class ability and stacking this, I'll get my grenade up more frequently. Yeah, literally taking charge, linear fusion, nothing really exciting going on here. Just scavenger and ammo finders, and that's mostly it. So that is my loadout for the Grandmaster, and I'm going to run through this thing. Hopefully we can finish it, and I will see you guys on the ground. Alright, so my little thing I do here in the beginning, I try and skip everything I can, but some stuff you definitely got to kill. So if you come up here and get a single jump, I try and drive by that guy. Again, if you do single jumps and not double jumps, you don't tend to make the enemy quite as aware of your presence. Now, these guys up here, you want to look for a couple of these acolytes, kill them from range if you can. Got some guys down there, if you don't mess with them, shouldn't be as big of a deal. You got ships up there, so I wouldn't just like sprint over there. Mostly because you can die. Now this building, every so often, this building right here, there's going to be like an enemy who just like spawned inside of it and could be really annoying. So if that happens, don't worry too much about it. Now, I don't know if I ever see the Overload Captain over here. Usually he's over off to the left, but as he's sitting there, I am going to sit there and just shoot him for a little while. I'm just going to whiff all of my arrows, and he's going to get all his health back and kind of basically nullify my point. So we're off to a good start. Kind of how Grandmasters go, though. What can I say? Now, there's a lot of enemies down there. So I'm basically just going to try and throw a grenade, take out as many of those guys as I can. I did not go over all my mods, or my aspects and fragments. Big ones that I am doing are the ability to have my grenades jolt enemies. So that's one. My grenades last longer. I'm a Titan, so I've got the aspect on for the kind of really cool thunder, or storm grenades. The aspect of thunder, I think it's called, for the cool grenades. I hate it when he kind of creeps behind this thing, because I don't want him to hide too much. Because I feel like it's hard to hit his head, and there's going to be some enemy down there hanging out to my... Also, this is the joy of aim assisting with bows. Yeah, I really need to actually kill you. I've never been this close to this guy before, but his position right now is terrible. Alright, well, my grenade did a lot. I would never honestly tell any of you guys to creep up and do that. My general goal would be to make sure you've got a pretty clean open shot and pick him off from here, but I just like pushed him behind that box, and it was going to get to where I couldn't see him. You want to make sure all these guys are dead down here. Dregs, a couple Vandals, a Knight. There's enough stuff down here. Some of them will kill each other for a little while, but make sure it's dead before you creep out there. But, granted, if you get a little aggressive in this section, it's not too bad. But do not skip that champion. He's got to die for platinum rewards. So come on up here, and we'll keep going. That's just the biggest thing, is a lot of this is just going to be patience. Hence the bow, infinite ammo from range, you're going to be a lot safer. Doesn't mean it's going to be the fastest method, it's just a method to do this. Same thing here, I'm just going to throw that grenade. Normally I shoulder charge, but I use my shoulder charge on the actual champion, which I normally do not do. Now, this Barrier Knight will just absolutely ruin your day, promise you. So, my recommendation is try and figure out where he's going to just stop. He's going to be aggressive. Sometimes he'll be shooting where you were. And your goal is, if you can do damage to him, which you typically will try and find a good spot for, if you can get him to pop his shield, then you truly just want to go for the delete. Like, switch over to the heavy. Make sure your heavy is reloaded. Don't you do it. Come on. And then those moments happen too. I should have gone for the one more shot. I was just trying to conserve a little heavy ammo. That was stupid. I should have just gone for the kill. Now I use my barrier more frequently as a Titan, but honestly as a Titan, I'm just going to use the abilities I have. Waiting for my grenade. Hopefully I can chase him with the grenade. That's the goal. Find some way to do enough damage to pop his barrier shield, and then when that happens, just be ready to break the shield. Now this time I'm not going to be stupid. We're just going to go for the delete. Now the nice thing about my setup currently is the fact that the jolting will help you do a lot of extra damage with arc. So I'll cover it real quick. Arc weapon final blows have a chance to create an ionic trace, get your abilities back faster. Arc grenades jolt targets. Defeating a jolted target creates an ionic trace, and then your grenades last longer. All 4 of those synergize pretty well. Figured I'd go with those. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys that. So yeah, I won't be using heavy for a minute, but this is where you have your first shield, and it's going to be a wizard with a solar shield. Now, if I can get him to look at me, come here. Wizard's down. Wizard's not a big deal, just has a solar shield, so you do want to break it. Gonna have a few acolytes, a few drags, depending on where you're looking at them from. And for some reason, even though they're enemies, they're definitely all focused on you. Now, the reason sometimes you'll see me with a bow shoot him in the kneecap is the aim assist on a bow will actually pull the shot usually somewhere you don't want it to go, aka not helpful. Now, this is also a weird moment. I will have to be very cautious because I'm so close to him. He is a solar champion, though. So that's one of those moments where if it's solar, I can be a little more aggressive because the void champions will ruin you, but the solar shots are not going to be quite as bad. If you're hundreds of zillions, if you're, you know, playing reasonable caution, it shouldn't be that bad. Now, at some point, there are going to be a bunch of Hive Thrall that come out. Here they are, right on cue. These guys have swarmed me before and kind of ruined a run, so don't let that happen. Pick them off from range. Try and find a few angles. Should be most of them. Alright, see him staying basically charged light the whole time. It's going to be beneficial. Just everything I hit will probably take more damage. Now, grenade is up. There's a lot of enemies you can fight. Now, normally, there's a barrier champion down here. He's moseyed off into this direction. Sometimes you can kill him early. Sometimes you got to kill him with the big group. The big one I would go is over here. You're going to have a lot of fallen enemies. And you're also going to have this fallen captain. Not little, but fallen overload captain. If you can kill him early, that's advisable. But notice up on the upper shelf behind him, the thing to avoid and be careful about are the vandals back there. Now, I got some wizards that are real mad at me. So watch your angles. Fallen vandals in the back. These two, now I just went after the overload captain because it was early, but those two in the back, kill them. Snipers, because their arc will ruin you faster than almost anything in this. Okay, wizard's down. Nice. Basically, every knight's gonna have a barrier shield, but remember, I get charged with light when I break a shield. Kill him, get some energy back. Now that's the whole reason you bring Arbalest with you, is to break every type of shield. That's the main point you want to do it. Now, my grenade was very effective because it was arc and jolting and everything, so a lot of things are dead out here, but we do have the barrier champion coming up. So I want to make sure my heavy's reloaded since I've got plenty of heavy ammo. I'll be a little more aggressive with that. And then I just need to find him. Now, this is going to be a little harder to kill because it was the full health amount. Again, if you kind of miss, be ready for the switch. Now, the only reason I'm running out here is I know he's the last one. A little aggressive right now, but I'm kind of flirting with a little bit of danger. Alright, grab all the ammo that you can right now. There should be plenty between waves. And then what we're going to do is go in the back and you can... Now this is a Destiny 1 strike. It's built a little different. And you can do it all from the back. So you want to run all the way to the back. And we're going to do almost everything from back here. Hence the bow, hence all the range. And also fastball for like throwing grenades. Hi, you're aggressive. Now his back is facing me, which is not optimal. Hopefully he'll turn around. There we go. But the big thing is actually right now that grenade is probably doing more work than most. Because that jolting is getting bonus damage. Yeah, that jolting is amazing. So do not sleep on the jolting grenades. If you're running Titan, those things are just going to put in extra work for you. There's other loadouts, but they work really well. Gonna have a few drags over here. Couple stragglers. Now, there's also some snipers off to my left. Haven't specifically gone for those just because I'm working on those dregs from that angle, but here we got some vandals. Now, snipers, you're going to find these couple perched up top. You kill them from back here. I would not say you're immune to being shot. You're just generally less likely to be shot back here. Again, don't take anything for granted in a Grandmaster. Nada. You are never safe, and if you assume that is a true statement, that you are never safe, you're probably going to be better off. Alright, so we got this captain in the back. I usually end up having to take him out with a grenade, but we're going to kill these dregs first. I actually usually throw my grenade down over there, but since they're running out, I will happily take it. Now, if that captain is still... He's back here behind it. You can barely see him. So I'm going to see if that grenade can creep far enough back there. I saw some enemies spawning under my feet. Now, these dregs will actually hurt. The ones with, like, the little triple shots, if they get close to you, for some reason they hit harder than they should. That's why I love a bow. I can shoot halfway across the map and still do some damage. More than I almost ever can otherwise. Whoa, that's a lot of shanks. That's also why for Titan I love the shoulder charge, just for movement. This is just kind of, they tend to clump up here, so... Now granted, I've got explosive head, so I'm getting a little bonus damage with the explosion. You may have to do single shot at a time, but rapid hit, you'd be drawing faster than I am. So, 6 of one, half dozen of another. The explosive head is not the end of the world. It's just for the reliability on the overload champions more than anything, but rapid hit would help that too, to be honest. Now that is why I said never take anything for granted. I had a sniper up and I also had an exploder shank up. Got a little greedy, got a little aggressive, and almost got myself killed. Try and find the sniper because I know he's parked up there. I saw him. They fall down in weird places sometimes. Now this little perch right here, remember that little perch towards the end, because there's going to be a couple guys when you're like, I'm totally safe. And nope, you are not. And you would think this would be the last guy. Not. Unless I'm just unlucky. Okay. Now that is a nice thing to notice. That music cue change, when you hear that, that means actually you're on to the next wave. So go back and hide. Because you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out. Just chunk a grenade and let it go ham. That grenade will be killing a lot of stuff. If you can get the wizard shield broken, that'll be beneficial. I don't know if that grenade's going to be fast enough, but we will find out. Basically, a lot of things are dying right now, so that's where the storm grenade works well. But just stay back here and work everything down. If you don't have, you know, the exact same bow I do, it may take you a little bit longer. If you got to pepper a shield down with actual bow shots and get aggressive in this way, if you feel like you can do it, go for it. If you feel like you're going to get caught out of position, pop your shield, wait in the back. Things will be able to be manageable for you. So again, don't get too close without dealing with the snipers. The sniper that will ruin you is this guy. The major snipers will hurt harder than just about anything, and it's ridiculous, but they do. I mean, I can break a shield here and be totally fine. That grenade, gonna put in some work for me. Breaking some shields. Half of everything's gonna be jolted over there. Got a Vandal. And just again, pop in, pop out. Work everything you can patiently. So when you get aggressive on this Grandmaster is when you'll die. Literally. It's when you think that you're safe is when you're gonna die. Be much more cautious than normal and it will pay off big time. And again, they're still fighting back and forth. So if you don't have a great angle, but you know there's more over here, now's where you can pop up here. I say that as about 20 more shanks come out, so never mind. It's always a nice, good reminder. Just to be like, hey, should I be doing anything? Nope, nope, you're good. Now, it's nice when all the enemies are out there fighting and you can actually use the benefit of... Okay, now he popped his shield. That was a bonus shield pop. You should have been stunned longer than that. I'm not going to argue, but it is a little annoying when that happens. Look at that. It's like instant. Okay, he's like broken right now. That's not great. Wizard, why do you move so much? Wizard down. Good. Now, I've got a lot of ammo out there, so I can be a bit more aggressive on that front. Overload captains are going to be slow, but if you do find one that you can sit there and plink on for a while, I try and focus the overloads when I can, if I get a decent angle. Even if it is just me peeking in and out, working my bow, waiting for my grenade to reload. I'll probably get my grenade back as he dies. It's just usually my luck in how that goes. Looks like I've got another overload closer up here. There's a point where two of them spawn. I'm literally just eyeballs focused on this captain right now, trying to delete him, because if you get him this low, you do want to make sure he kind of dies. I don't want to ruin this. Alright, he's down. Vandals start going down. Dregs. Now, notice the Marauders, they are invisible. They can also mess with you a little bit too, so make sure you look for the invisible cloaky guys. They're worse when you get into the big open area with the tank, but I've still had a couple of them catch me kind of with my pants down there. Again, this guy is back. Take a second and just focus it down. Those big guys are the worst. Remember when I say don't take too many shots with a heavy before you get another shot on an overload? Literally maybe one. If you have to reload your heavy weapon, you may as well just give that up, honestly. It's not going to happen. That's the thing. The amount of time it takes you to switch to a heavy weapon and then reload it and then try and fire, your overload champion is going to be getting his health back. So just don't risk it. If you can get one shot off with a heavy to lower the health, cool. That is usually going to be worth it. Maybe two. Max of two if it's reloaded. Don't mess with it if it's not. This guy has just infinitely got his thing going on here, so I'm really hoping he's not, like, bugged. Come on. Shield pop. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure he died. That's a good thing. Grabbing a little ammo right now and pulling back. So we got snipers up top. Again, hitting them from back here keeps you a little bit safer. Not a guarantee, but it helps. We're close, though. There's not too much left here. Hitting him in, like, the extra hand here. Now, hear that audio cue? Doesn't mean you're done. And remember that little shelf off to the left that I mentioned? Just wait. They're sitting here. For whatever reason, these two do not... And this is why I say these snipers are worse, because that arc sniper shot will 100% kill you. Now, that should be all that really remains. So now's a good time to grab ammo, make sure you're reloaded, grab any engrams you got. Apparently I'm swimming in them. Those should be the only few stragglers. There are a couple snipers up there and a couple over there. Once the audio changes, that's about all you have left to worry about. Alright, in this section, it's just one overload, so just kind of pick off everything, use your corners cover, pull back as far as you need, and then when it gets to the overload, just keep him constantly damaged, and you should be okay there. I'm not saying the Vandals won't hurt, and if this is an arc overload, so he's going to be more on the annoying side for sure. Yeah, those are the ones. Any arc sniper vandal, if those are ever looking at you, those are the ones you gotta just go for. Now, I can go for a grenade on him, make my life a little easier, because that'll... Now, I'm running the Titan Storm grenade, so it will eventually walk back and start messing with him a little more. But he is an arc overload captain, so you gotta be really cautious, because those shots start chaining at you. If your health isn't coming back fast enough, it could be a really bad day. There we go. Got some ammo, charged with light. We're good. Now, this whole next section is just patience, and this is why I do it this way, but I finished it by myself, so hence the reasoning. I usually walk out to spawn the ads, There are going to be some snipers on the upper deck. There's a barrier champion who can shield these guys. If you can kill the 2 snipers above, notice how he's shielded, those probably your early priority. If anything is close and you can throw a grenade on it, that's also a bonus. Try and find whatever the barrier champion is not shielding. This dude is like playing do-si-do with me. Come on now. Alright. I'm going to pop my shield a lot, just to use this window as kind of visibility cover. Because I'm also looking when the ads come out and they're not shielded. Because if I can kill them while they're not shielded, I'm going to be a happy camper here. Alright, I'm in pretty good shape to go after this guy. He is going to probably pop his shield anytime, though. Now, this barrier shield, as soon as you break its shield, just go for the kill. Don't even care about, like, wasting ammo. Just, if you know you can kill it, go for it. That one is just really annoying at this open doorway. Then you can get a little more freedom to do some stuff. Now, all these guys right here, and the head peekers that are a little closer, they're going to hit you, like, kind of when you come out of this door. So, again, using the bow again from the range that you can get on it, put in the work that you can from way back here, and these snipers aren't just going to throw you off. There's a lot of them. Now, if I peek up here, I got to check my view. Watch this little shelf, but turn left to check for the one on the roof. Now, you notice how I'm constantly moving there? Because there is a Vandal who's got enough of a range to hit me, but if I'm moving forward, he didn't actually get a clean shot on me. But yeah, one Vandal on the roof up there. Now, don't go any farther forward, and you won't spawn the tank. We're going to clean out the lower deck. I'm going to use a grenade to start it off. Guy was that was fun. Yeah, he was jolted and went for about 60 flips. Now you can get a little range, or you can try and go from over here. Just don't go too far forward, and you can honestly work on killing some of the enemies. Not a lot of them. You can probably kill them a little faster later on when you get closer. But if you want to clear out some of these enemies, you actually can sit here and just do this from range. I mean, if they're going to line up and let me shoot them from range, I'll do it. It's just one less group of snipers. There will be more. Now, this guy, he probably would have fired on me anytime. At some point, when you kill enough of these enemies, you're also going to spawn whatever comes next anyway. So having less snipers on the battlefield, for me, always seems like a safe, proposition. So this is more of just a patience of, can you line up your shots? Mouse and keyboard may help a little bit on these really precise bow shots, but I'm still going to take it. Now, as you guys can see, there's a barrier champion down here. If you can get an angle on him, big if, you can go for him. If you can go for the overload, that's who's going to kill me. There's an overload champion down there as well. If you don't go too far forward, you can actually kill the overload before the tank ever shows up. So I'm going to try and get a grenade down there. Let that wander. Now, as a Titan, my storm grenade can put in a little extra work for me. The dregs who die in the middle, they're fantastic because it's less grenades that are going to be flying your direction. Like those. Like, I want that Vandal dead, because he's just frustrating. And this is why the bow helps. He's just really able to... And the explosive head. So if you ever do look for bows, try and keep a PvE bow with explosive head. It makes this type of stuff much easier for stunning champions. It's just the whole double tapping, and the fully drawn double hit of the bow counts as 2 overload style shots. So that really good way. It's the same thing for a hand cannon with explosive head or explosive payload or whatever it may be. Same principle applies. You're just doing that double stunning because I hate overloads and they're kind of broken sometimes. It's your way to counter those. I'm still trying to get an angle on our friend down there, the servitor. Looks like I've still got a straggler Vandal. Watch the grenades. Like, I'm trying to find all these guys who are in my face. Because I do actually want to kill that tank if I can. Not the tank. I want to kill this servitor if I can. It's just hard to get an angle down there. I don't think that thing's got a chance to get to him. That noise should terrify you. Those fallen ships will absolutely mess your day up. Because I've been comfortable over on the side. And this is where things get slow because we've got the brigs. Not really a great way to kill the brigs quickly. Now I'm just sitting here plinking on him for a little while. The brigs are going to make things slow, and if you creep up much farther than... Yep, if you get too close, the tank can get in range. So I'm trying to do some of this out of tank range right now, which is my goal here. Trying to get that storm grenade down there, but I think our friend the brig kind of juked me there. Again, be careful about those tank shots. Those arc ones, the big one will delete you. I am just trying to focus on this brig right now, and it's just slow. No other way to say it besides this is just a slow process on the brig. Because there's no crit spot until you bust his like front shell. I can sit here and do this like all day once I pull him over here, which is fine. He'll eventually do this, and the tank should leave you alone once you're back this far. It's just slow. That's all. Now, if you feel comfortable on ammo on the ground, once he pops the front face, you can go for a little bigger shots. I tend to like to save my ammo, so I'll do more of it with a bow. Now, this thing can hurt. I haven't had it go through the window yet, though. So this guy with the window seems to be manageable, but don't say, you know, it could easily just float through the window. And if you're standing in fire, be careful and run like hell. So that's one, but we're not done. We got one more over here to the left who's probably very aware of my position too. Hey, dude. So that grenade's going to be a lot more effective since he's kind of wedged in a corner over there. I really wish there was a place. It's kind of like Shanks. They don't have a critical opening spot. I can't hit him in, like, the motor over there. I can't hit him in damn near anywhere, and that's always frustrating to me. I can't shoot his arm, knock that off. I'm doing that so I can use Heart of Inmost Light, but also Bomber to get some recharge back. Firing through grating like this sometimes is, like, comforting, but also false comfort, because you can totally be hit through there. Okay, well, I busted the front shield. Gonna go a flying? Yes, he is. Now this is where I can't make any promises how far that fire is gonna hit. If he has to shoot it like a downward arc, that's fine, because staying on his level up here seems to keep me safe. But if there was some other kind of issue, then yeah, that would be a problem. Almost done. Okay, brigs are down. I knew I had that ammo so I could go a little aggressive. Now, when it comes to the tank, of course you want to break the 3 legs. Depending on how patient you are, this is always a test of what you may and may not want to do, you can come back here. And in theory, if you're far enough back, you can plink our friend the tank in the legs. But what I like to do is actually go for the back legs. And this will also kind of pull out some of your mid-level stragglers. Like this Vandal here who wants to have some fun. I am swimming in ammo, so I can probably be a little more aggressive on the heavy ammo front use, because I have a lot of it on the ground that I keep seeing. But the idea here is if you can get a decent shot on them, or you can kind of hit them in the back leg, theoretically. If you can break the back leg, and I know this is like a stupid thing to say, because it all makes sense, But the tank always faces you. You don't always have a good angle. But at one point, if you can sit back here and like whittle away and get the back leg to actually pop, then the front two should be the final two you need to finish it up. So it just makes it a little easier. Because when he rotates and things get weird, it's just one of those that's like awkward. I'm probably about to pop his leg here. Yep, that did it. Now you can get criticals back here. It's not the easiest. You really got to take a second and line up your shots. But if you have enough heavy ammo on the ground like I do, you may as well use it. Otherwise, it's just going to be... It's not coming into the boss room, I can tell you that. As I said, he usually can't hit you back here. And now, I can work on the front two legs. And that should give me enough time to work on what I need to. This is just a safer way. Again, that's why I say this is a Destiny 1 style strike. They build them different now. Much more chaotic, less places to hide, less giant arenas like this with things very far away. Lightblade, for example, is the complete and polar opposite to this. There's nothing you can do in Lightblade but pray and hope that you're in the right place. Alright, I literally need to, like, break this last leg and he's dead. Alright, I'm gonna pick up this ammo. This isn't even technically a safe spot. It's ridiculous. I can hit him that many times and it doesn't pop. It's like the infinite ammo of a bow still does wonders. That's why, honestly, Wish Ender, if you run with a different loadout, Wish Ender for just constant free DPS is amazing. So tank is down. A lot of things are going to spawn and open. Now you just got to work your way from the back of the room to the front of the room without dying. That doesn't mean there will not be, you know, a skiv that comes down. But if you're safe and play angles, keep yourself defended, look for any enemies like in the open. See, I feel like I can hear enemies. Like, there's usually a group down below me. Told you I had plenty of ammo. That's why I was aggressive with it. If you don't have that kind of ammo, sit there with the bow and do what you got to do. But usually there's a group down here. I may have already killed them or they didn't spawn, one of the two. But there also can be marauders through here. The marauders are ones that are going to be really tricky because they will be invisible. You will not see them. Now, I'm not going to try and kill that overload captain from here. That is not likely to ever happen. I'm not going to try and make it happen. I'll just occasionally stun him back there for entertainment value. If you find a group of enemies, and let your grenade do some of the work for you. I'm not going to kill the overload captain, but I can annoy him, which is still fun to do. I'm going to go hide in a little safer spot here real fast and gather up some health. All right, back to trying to find some safe places to shoot from. Vandals are your priority, so find those where you can. Now, if I've got an overload captain this exposed, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and work him down. Don't even know if I need special or heavy at this point. At this point, as the boss room is next, if you've got special and heavy on the ground, feel free to go through it. And that's where I said you can get ruined. I swear a ship just like flew overhead or something is trying to mess with me. So again, never assume anywhere is safe because you're really not. It's just not a good thing to pretend like everything's gonna be okay. It's not. I've literally died in this area to a ship coming over, dropping off some enemies, and I was about this far into a run. 33 or so minutes. Yeah, this is not my first time trying to make this video. And I have finished it once, so I've run this like Grandmaster attempt like 5 times now, and I've done it in the past before too. So, plenty of time in this one. So if I'm making it look easy, it's honestly just because I've done it quite a few times, but it is all about being patient and just not overreaching. Biggest thing I can tell you. So we got 2 champions left. We got Big Boy Overload in the middle. Barrier shouldn't be as big of a deal if he hangs over there. If he moseys to the middle and shields my guy, then, well, not much I can do. So that's what I'm saying. So if you go to reload, get those shots back going quickly. Now I hear what sounds like cloaking. Notice I haven't touched the floor over here yet. There's a reason for that. There are marauders around. They will be invisible, and they will try and screw with you. Yeah, try and get that little bit of extra damage, but half the time when they're so far away, it's not worth it. Bows have a good amount of aim assist. You'll get a crit out of it anyway. And, you know, you're going to get like 6,000 a shot with a bow for free ammo, opposed to wasting valuable ammo in the next room. Come here, Dreg. Now, to bait out your invisible guys, because they do exist. There's one. That is not the only one, I promise you. Now, because I killed the tank early, maybe not everything has spawned, but I still kind of want to bait it out. What I would like to do to him, actually, is use my grenade to get some work in. See, that'll ruin it. Also, proximity. See, there's always certain things that cause enemies to spawn. We are not done. All that fun is waiting back there. Now, I wish I could have actually killed the barrier, or I will try and do it now. Overload Captain, of course, is going to be fun. As he teleports around like a... Always the captains, always the high-ranking guys. Captains, knights, all of those always seem to be the tougher ones to get to stand still for a second. Now, if my grenade can get some work in on him, that's going to be fantastic. I want to kill him faster, so I don't push him back around the corner wall. And just go for... Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Sometimes that happens too, and man, that barrier is frustrating. Alright, you gotta go, buddy. This is why, when a barrier's around, just go for the delete, because man, they are frustrating as all get out. Good. Dead. Alright. Now you can mess with most everything else. Gonna get me another grenade to work him down. Now, when the grenade is doing damage to an overload, you really got to keep your shots going, because that overload damage, in theory, is not counting at, or the grenade damage, I should say, is not counting as overload, which will, like, throw off your stun. Alright, we got a few stragglers out here. Now, when I say marauders, those usually come and, like, kind of charge you as one, but if both charge you at the same time, you could just die. So try and keep an eye out for the marauders. They will really, really just suck if they get you on... Like, at this point, if a marauder came up and just invisible got me, I would be pretty pissed. Justifiable so. Not like solo and Lightblade or something weird, but still less fun. Okay, we got audio change. He's not done. There we go. Alright. Now, be cautious in case something is hanging out up here, but don't linger too long. Grab your ammo and go, and we will be on the boss. Now, the boss is the only thing in the entire strike with void shields. And it's all his little helpers he gets at like 1/3 and 2/3 health. Those are where Arbalest comes in. So I'm not going to touch Arbalest. Honestly, most of the work in this area is going to be done by my grenades and my bow. And then my damage on the boss is mostly just going to be done with the linear fusion. That's about it. It's pretty patient. We're going to hide and be slow. We're going to run back in here and work it down nice and slow. There are 2 overload captains over there, and there are going to be a lot of grenades flying through that window. It's a nice thing about the barricade, I'll be honest. Because it's just, it actually puts a wall up of things flying around the window, which is not a horrible thing. Overload captains are getting a little aggressive. My health is a little low, so I want to be cautious. It's honestly the trick of trying to get one stunned and one who doesn't annoy you. I can't actually pick which one I'm shooting at. I just have to hit them both. Now, stun grenades are good, don't get me wrong. There you go. If I can get one isolated a little more than the other, die, one of you. Thank you. Now I can focus the other one. Give him a minute, he'll be back. This is where the bow with the explosive head helps, because it's kind of countering that overload damage. And there's your audio cue. At least if you're going to have a really slow boss phase, you have amazing music to go with it. Still some of my favorite. Now the aim assist on a bow will kind of mess with you a little bit, but you got other things to worry about right now. The captains, if they run in, will be kind of an issue, and then the grenades that come in will be a bit of an issue. The barrier on the window keeps some of the grenades out, which is kind of helpful. Where I normally would advise to do one in that window, but we survived it. Yeah, those grenades, man. Non-stop. Usually some guys in that tunnel as well. It's a prime example. It's also why barricade helps in case they do run in. They're usually kind of messed up. I do want to go to Dread Grenade Throwing School because I feel like they are the best. There's no question when it comes to who is the most accurate with grenades that I have ever seen in my life. It's them. Now, if I do have grenades, I can do damage with a grenade. That'll put in a little bit of work. Yeah, when it comes to boss DPS, I'm not as worried. Now, if he teleports on your head, be careful, obviously. And if you got ammo, then, you know, be a little more aggressive with Arbalest, for example. But if you don't, or he's playing weird, it's all about patience. We got Shanks coming, so, again, pull back. The Shanks don't have solar shields, thank goodness. It's annoying as hell when they do. Sometimes you got a few around this corner, so just be aware that they can be there. Slow and steady, winning the race here. A little heavy drop, I'll take that. So I'm charged with light right now, so my high energy fire is getting me bonus damage, which I will take. And this is phase 1. Now, you can do almost all of this entire phase of these guys from right in here. Pop the shield with 1. You should be able to kill him. Again, 1 pop, 1 hit, 1 hit. Should be 4 per. You're going to need some special ammo to drop, but you should have time for that. That's why the Storm Grenade is so good. It just, like, clears the room. It's kind of great. Exploder Shank, that is just mean. I see what you're trying to do, though. Ionic Trace is trying to hunt me down right now. See if that Storm Grenade will actually do anything up there. Okay, apparently our season rank up, random, but I'll take it. Got a few stragglers, I know. Darkness in 30 seconds. Not really worried about that. I'm actually faster than I was on my last clear, though, so far. Oh, God. That'll terrify you, though. And this one you can theoretically get through the window. Here we go. Boss is open. He'll drop down, but he's not as big of a deal now. The Exploder Shank is, though. So again, a lot more ads coming out, especially with like any resilient drag. Be careful about those. Any snipers that'll be popping. Gonna let the grenade do his thing. All the drag grenades. See, the jolting lightning storm grenades are god tier. They really are. For ad cleaning, they're amazing. They're good for DPS. Don't get me wrong. That's what a lot of people are kind of leaning on them for. But just their ad clearing potential is just unlike anything, because it'll move. It'll take that jolt just a little bit farther than it normally would have. Apparently we're not done. So yes, the storm grenade is big. Don't get me wrong. But if you got a Titan, you're sitting pretty good right now. Can't say that's always a thing. That was a horrible shot. Now, if he shows his face, I'll take a couple shots here. You see that screen flash, your health go red, pull back here. This is about your safe spot. Now, if any grenade makes it in the room, I do tend to get that aggressive on trying to kill it. Looks like I've got Marauders out. Oh, he fell. Now, problem with him falling, he could theoretically run up the stairs. So be vigilant, be ready, save your super. I've seen random moments where they do go stair hopping. Like, he's in there. I can see him. Little invisible jerk. Keep knocking them off. Alright, it's grenade time. That's nice. I can break his shield and get shield break charge. Get my little bonus damage. Just a lot of arc shots in this one. No other way around it. This is bad. Yeah, I'm throwing a grenade just in that tunnel. Captain's in there. A lot of stuff in there. It's just gotta go. Sit back here behind a shield. And just wait. Hopefully I can get another grenade back soon. Cleared some stuff out there. Random tracer shots that have been shot at no one, by the way, still come after you. And they're arc. That's why the burning here is arc, because they're still the worst. Apparently there's something to my left. Hi, Captain. Oh, Captain, not my Captain. Oh, see, it's like you want to get aggressive, but then you can't. Still, great music the entire time, no arguments there. Where'd you go? Alright, we're just throwing a grenade over there, see if that can put the work in. When it starts jolting half the enemies, it'll do what it needs. So many rogue, random flying arc bullets. It's not fair. Thank you. He is down. Man, that was too long. Do the whole animation, don't even get the reload done. These guys are something. Not really something I would ever advise, punching a Vandal, but I knew he was low so I could do it. But yeah, that was probably dumb. Well, I'm good on ammo there. I need heavy. Sometimes these captains will come in. If you pull back, they should back off a little bit. Yeah, those scary moments where those guys come in, he would kill me. Just straight up not alive anymore. Like, captains are big weenies. There's just no question in my mind about it. See if I can let that grenade get a little damage while I still dance with this captain a bit. I have so much special ammo, I should just do this. Lots of ads coming. I cannot believe that captain over there still is not, like, showing his face so I can kill him. It's ridiculous. Like, that's just too many dudes. Why we must go this way. I wouldn't normally advise you to run in the tunnel like that, but I knew there was like one in there. Maybe the captain is dead, but I swear he's still hanging out over there. Okay, I gotta be close to my base here. Yep, it is. Okay. Couple champions have spawned, so take your time. If you can get these guys, great. If you can't get them, don't worry so much about it. Play the angles that it gives you. If you can get them, though, while the champions are coming out, do it. They're your last void shields ever, so you shouldn't have to worry about too much. If you got ads spawning, well, it's always a good time for a grenade. Oh my god. This is why I also don't use my super. If I ever had to panic super, I still technically could. All of them are down except this guy. And he doesn't really move, so I'm just gonna kind of take the shots the game gives me. It's the nice thing, that grenade's so strong, if anything gets close, it's gonna actually die anyway. I really would like him to die. Thank you, that's beautiful. That grenade's gonna hurt. Oh, that's why you don't like those grenades. Throwing them. Don't you come in here. No, no. Yeah, see all those? Those will kill you. There's a champion, like, in that tunnel. Back off. I feel like I need to clean that tunnel out in there. Seems a little scary. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Now the question is, I want you guys to put your comments down below and let me know if you guys think that let me know if you think I use my super to finish up the boss. Let me know if you think I'm brave enough to do that or not. I'm on Thunder Crash, so I'm dumb, but we'll find out. We're getting towards the final stretch here. No more void ads. We're just on DPS now. What the hell are you? Back off. Couple sneaky guys trying to ruin my entire run. If I'd lose it here, I don't know if I'd make the video this week. I'm getting some really stupid damage. Well, if the grenade kills him, I can't help you, but we're close. Still here, huh? Okay, I think his health is low enough that I can go for the finisher. I just gotta make sure no other ads are alive, and there are a lot of ads out there right now. I think there's still a champion, too, which is actually a problem, because there's a lot of stuff coming in here right now. Look at that health bar. But I think there's a champion I need to find and kill somewhere. I say that unsure, but it said one spawned, and I know I had killed the other two, so it seems like I gotta make sure. I could literally delete them, but I don't want to miss a champion and miss platinum rewards. This far in, I'm getting platinum, so. Ow! I hate those grenades. Ah! It's not better. Window is not safe. Man, oh man. See? So nice. It's still gonna end up being an hour-long run. I thought I was going fast here, but look at that grenade over there. Where there is a captain. I swear there's a champion somewhere though. That's what I'm worried about. We're so close. If I like literally die now, I will leave the video up there for you guys, and I could just say go shoot him. And you'd at least finish it. But you really do want platinum if you're doing this solo for the rewards, because some you're just trying to get the completion. Like Lightblade, I could care less. But this one, you want the platinum finish. You want the rewards if you put this much time in. Like, I feel like somebody's in that tunnel over there that I don't trust. Captain is down, that's good. Got another captain over there, though. I feel like there's a champion somewhere. I don't know why. It's probably stupid, but I feel like there's one. Maybe he died already. Maybe I just am misremembering. I gotta look. If I'm gonna super him, I've gotta do it from a good spot. Oh my god. Panic finish, and that's literally, I think I got 2 sniper rifles, 3 ascendant shards, 2 exotics, and most of it went to the postmaster, but that is a grandmaster, and I finished it in style with a little panic super, but that'll work. So let's get back to orbit and we'll wrap this thing up. That is Devil's Lair, Grandmaster solo, done. Alright, Guardians, we are back to the Postmaster. We're going to take a peek and see what we got. I got a second chance. It's a 62, improves your shield throw. I was actually going through my vault, and I've got a better one of this, so what are you going to do? But I got 3 shards. I think I got 8 prisms, because I had 0 in here. I literally had 0 prisms, so I got 8 prisms from 1 run. If you do that 4 or 5 times, you would fill up your prisms, basically, or pretty close, if you've got a few left over. 3 shards, that's a whole exotic. I got a Perpetual Emotion Opening Shot Silicon Neuroma, and I got a Perpetual Emotion Frenzy Silicon Neuroma. So, again, double weapon rewards. I also got an Eternal Warrior. That one's fine, not too fantastic. I don't love that exotic. But again, 2 exotics, 2 weapon drops, 8 prisms, and 3 Ascendant Shards for an hour. And that's a solo person. If you have a group, you could do this in probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. Just patience, and you can kill it all. It's really not too bad. If you bring at least 1 or 2 Titans with you, it's just going to go that much faster. So that is all I got for this one. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like below. Solo Grandmasters aren't something I'm like amazing at, but this is one I definitely thought I could do. And as it's double rewards, I can't tell all of you enough to spend a little time, do 1 or 2 Grandmasters. I promise you, this is the week. It's worth it. I know the weapon isn't loved by everybody, but if you're trying to stock up on currencies or exotics, yeah, this is the time. It's too easy of a week to pass up. So again, if you enjoyed it, drop a like below, leave a comment if you've got a loadout or class that you like using on this, especially if it's a solo build. If you want to find me on Twitch, it is Ebontis. I am going to be streaming God of War for basically the next 4 days straight. I'm going to try and kind of burn through that one as much as I can before next week starts. If you want to find me on Twitter, it is Ebontis. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that alert bell. If you guys are YouTube members or Patreon subs, thank you for the extra support. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'll see you soon.